2 Volcane shutters. Ah, I love it when things work. Music. In between the last stream and this stream, I figured out where that name got stuck in my head from. I figured it was just something from, like, you know, some Arthurian story or something like that. Nah, it's Soulframe. That's where that name got stuck in my head from. All right. So that kind of looks like it's upside down, doesn't it? Oh, jeez. You'll have to deal with me here. Uno momento. Flip vertical? Is that what I'm looking for? Oh, that didn't do anything when I clicked flip vertical. All right, fine. How about if we just tell it to flip vertical? There we go. Oh, but now we're backwards that way again, aren't we? Okay, well, do one more transform across the horizontal. There. Now everything is as it should be. Still going to have wiggle. Camera up there. Still attached to this table. So when table moves, camera moves. Can't do much about that. I do think I'll have at least some of it not happening as much because I removed one of the links so it doesn't lean, doesn't have as much flex and wobble in there. So hopefully it'll help somewhat, especially if I keep my mitts off of the table. We got some fancy little guys from my parents for my birthday here. Nice little clampy jaw guys, but they're magnetic. So I found a way of keeping him from falling off the thing again. Falling off the thing again, in theory. One would hope. Goodness gracious. Does seem like we could really make this camera go a little bit more right, huh? Let's pan it a little. No. Yeah, pan it a little bit. Well, right there. Because that's the edge where my hand is. So that's better. Then if I keep it here, or down is still... I mean, I just got, as long as I do things here instead of here, it'll still show up on this camera. I just don't, I mean, the edge of the table's right there. Of course, if I go down further, I guess the only thing we're losing really is empty space that I don't use. I guess we can try it. How's that? We could do 4, but now we've got the little uneven spot there. That does give me more right here. I mean, ideally, I just need the camera to be up a little bit higher, but I've currently got my 3D print maxed out on height for it, so. What do we think? Is that little notch of a ledge here that's showing going to annoy everybody? I can try to readjust it some, but that's going to be like a manual up here kind of change. I would have to do something like that. And we would need to tilt her back some more. Right there. I mean, yes, there's still a line there, but this is where I'm going to end up doing everything because I've learned from last time I'm going to be doing it here. So at least that way you can kind of see it. Cuts out some of our top edge. We've lost about that much from the top, but we'll make do. All right, let's see here. Got our music going. Oh, it looks like the music thing isn't on, but come on then, music thing. There you go. I do have a 3D print running, so I mean, I could put that window up if we care. And we'll just have him sitting up there. Little, you know, double action, if you will. All right, anyways. Oh, look at that. I think that's right where we were. Yep. Yep, that's right where we were. Backpack Vania, except we didn't have us even build it yet. Like, you go straight to the arms. And then the head. And then the backpack. Highlight reels. Okay. B2. Bit 2. I mean, we know we're going to need 4, because it's going to be the left arm. We know it, but... Oh, see that? Even with that there, I'm still doing it. Stop doing everything off the camera, man. People want to see what you're doing, dude. Nah. They're just here for the music. Do boop doo doo doo. Oof, that was a little bit of a fresh snip right there. Okay, so we have this guy. Wait, what? I don't feel comfortable turning this thing like that. Oh, jeez. Is that a little ball and socket joint? That's wild. That's wild. Wait, is this also a... Oh my god. How the hell did you... They've mastered being able, in like the mold, to have parts like that. And yet, we're gonna just do like push fit nonsense for the little tiny guys for the fucking war game we're gonna do, man. Okay, this one then needs to go 90 up, it says. Alright, before we do this, let's implement our new magnifying lens here, because I want to make sure I understand fully what this thing's telling me to do. Okay, yep, nope, so it wants... I don't know how the heck it's gonna do this. Actually, can I... But that does work. That step right there, that's what we're doing. So it wants that little guy there to go back. That little forked guy right there. I mean, I guess for the camera it would be easier for me to just do this still. That little prong, that little fork right at the tip there, somehow I gotta do that as a 90. But it's, I guess, just that top piece. Ugh. I don't know if it's supposed to be latched onto that spot, but I kind of just mushed it there. Oh dear, what? This stuff all moves to, oh my goodness. Alright, so that guy's supposed to go in there then. And that guy's supposed to go like that, like I did. Okay, cool. Good thing for me. Jeepers. So it wants me to spread it out like this. Okay, set it down. And then we're going to need an E. The E's up here. Reorganize those a little bit for today. And it wants a 9. Yeah, there didn't really, not really clip all that good. I found the sanding sticks I was looking for last time. Okay. Wait. You're trying to call my attention to this. I remember this from last time. Tightly fit the parts as far as they will go. Do we really want to? I mean, they'll probably come back out of there. And then E18, cut out cleanly. I mean, how else would you want to cut it out? I feel like the only reason it wouldn't be cut out clean is because you guys did a semi-terrible job. Oh my god, I'm still managing to miss all the... I think my chair I made is working against me here because I lean back in my chair, which if I put stuff here then means it's all the way up here on my chest, which you can kind of see on that cam, but it's totally off of that cam. So I would have to like really drag it down, but then you'd be looking at my shirt most of the time. Yeah, they put those things on a terrible spot for cutting, dude. Well, I did what I can. It's kind of scuffed there. Not really super fond of how that one did that. Okay, let's see. E18. He's on there nice. Doesn't say anything about like 7 super hard, so I think that should be good. Little arm. Now we need an E11. Helps if you're not holding it upside down. Alright, it looks like we've got our curve up and our notch down. And you fit on here somehow. I think maybe what it wants is it wants it to go down here. It does not do a very good job of showing it, but there's a little notch right there. I believe that's where it wants it to go, not up here like I would have thought looking at the picture. Oh, wait. Wait. That's an undergate symbol. I don't want to break this thing to get this off. I think it might just be home forever now. Well, the good news is I think this undergate it's talking about is right here. So, undergate fixed. Undergate fixed, I believe. Alright, then we need A17. This one's A. We're 17. 13, 14. Ah, 17 up here, the yellows. The yellows. Gotta set you there for now. You know, maybe if I sit up a little bit straight. Okay, this just twists on 90 degrees, it says. Oh, yep, well that just keeps that on. Well, that's awesome for being able to take that off and paint that stuff, though. And we got E5 and E4. These two. E5 is next. Some of these connections to these splate pieces are really thick. I feel like they didn't really need to make them that thick. there doesn't look that great. All right. This one's 5. He goes on the back side. Boop, like that. This one's 4. You go on the front side. Boop, like that. Like a little elbow piece kind of pops out when you boop. Little things, you know? I'm wondering when it's going to have me put that little capper back in. I wonder if that thing's entire purpose is just to make sure that there's a specific sized hole in there for the fingers and hands to plug into. Alright, looks like we should be good on A for a little while, so let's put you back in there. Looks like we're also good on E for a bit. Put you back there. We need F. F13, 17, 14. F13. Oh, looks like our print's done already. I'm printing a little... Technically, it's a dice box that somebody made. But what I'm hoping is that it'll be sized enough where I can use it to hold the weapon arms for the knights. And then I don't have to worry about losing them. Oop, that's the call for dinner. I gotta figure that out. Figure out where's easiest. So that one there, I believe, is the 14. This one here is the front one. I also need F17. It's just one of these two guys. Katie wants Wendy's. Boo, 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 boo. Let's see, what do we got for offers at Wendy's, huh? Buy a classic or spicy chicken, get 1/2 off. $1 off a premium combo. I feel like a premium combo is something I'll probably get. Then I can get something tasty to drink. Not that, you know, water's not good for you, but when it comes to flavor, water's kind of a little bit bland. I definitely do not feel like I need a Baconator. That's a bit much food today. I could probably manage like a Son of Baconator, but maybe we'll just do a cheesy bacon cheeseburger double. That's nice. That's easy. What do we want? We want some lemonade? We probably don't need the sweetness of the lemonade. Can I find the tea? I know they have tea, but every time I come in here trying to find a nice iced tea, I never seem to find it. Maybe it's the 5,000 different Frosty Fusions they have. Coca-Cola Freestyle. What the hell? Coffee. Bottled water. Definitely not cold brew. Let's think about it. I don't even really see. What is Coke? Okay, if I put Coca-Cola Freestyle, that's how I get to all the tea and stuff. Okay. I would have never guessed that. I didn't guess this. It was the only option. It seemed like it might lead somewhere, so don't give me too much credit on that. Aha! Sparkling water. Peace tea, 0 sugar. The hell is peace tea? Tea, obviously. Seagram's 0 sugar ginger ale. I mean, that could be nice. Or we can try this peace tea. Or we could just get some normal ginger ale too. Wonder how much difference the sugar is going to make to the flavor of something like ginger ale. I know an easy way to find it. Oh my god, there's different flavors of ginger ale now too. Okay, we're getting too faint. Oops, I backed out of the entire thing. Oh jeez. Oh man. There's different flavors of the tea too. Caddy Shack. I don't want no gopher. You know what? Let's go with a strawberry tea. Why not? Oh god, look at all those calories. I am being fat, boy. Ugh. Orders cannot exceed $150. That's wild. Can you imagine buying $150 worth of food? At Wendy's? It's a lot of food. Okay. Oh, where was we? G18. Bum, 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 bum. Uh-oh. Oh, pardon. Pardon. Had a little tootsie there. Okay, G18 has been snipped. What do you want from us now? G18 needs to go into the 14, which I believe this one is the 14. This is the G18. It's saying, warning, make sure the clock notch goes towards the back. So, like so. Hope I've got it upside down though. Clock, notch, internal notch. There it is. See it? That little notch at the top? That guy. He has to go back towards the double spot in this guy. So, boop, right like that. I guess. Doesn't really stay in there or anything. Is it supposed to? Oh, I see. I'm reading that wrong. I'm a dummy. That notch is actually going into that, and there's a little space in the bottom there that it's going to slide into. Okay. Close, but not quite. There we go. There we are. Figured it out. Sometimes I'm a little bit slow. And then we need our F17. And he's got his nubs. Just going to make sure that those nubs there are very nice and dealt with. Okay. And in his profile, he's got the chopped back part going down in this picture. And then he slides in to the front part right there, fish facing out. And then this guy does his thing and completes the set right like that. And we have a shoulder ball. Shoulder ball that also probably could use a little bit of a cleanup. There. Just to smooth that over a little bit. And then we come over here to this guy, and he goes in and then turns 180 degrees. So he goes, boop, and then spin him 180. I like it when they do this kind of stuff, and I don't know how well it comes off, but what it is there's, I'll pull it off to kind of elaborate more. On this guy here, come on, there's a little edge. You can see that little tip on the bottom of that black that sticks out. And then you have the keyhole there, right? So when you stick it in there, like so, it slides in. But then when you rotate it, now it can't come out because it's caught on that little ledge on the inside. Boop, boop, boop. You know, instead of having that space so it can come off. So it's like this genius little way of making it so that it can still be taken apart if it needs to. But it holds on there really nice. Okay, well anyways, we can set arm guy down. Like, it still hasn't technically told me to throw this guy out yet, so I don't want to do anything with it. But I feel like I'm going to just end up throwing that thing out. Alright, we are on the Fs again with a, oh dear lord, F36, F37, and the C17. F36, one of these guys, F37, one of those guys. Okay, so we've got our 37 and our 36, but we need our C17. C should be back here. Your C, right? Yep. Our 7's right here. I may have just clipped 6's hook instead of 7, but that's fine. I'll need a 6 at some point anyways. Well, it was all cut pretty nicely. A little bit of a snaggle right down here. Guess we can hit it with this. I've got these things now. Okay. So we've got our C17. And it's going to be shaped like this. And then this guy goes up on top like that. There it is, like so. And then this little dude is going to go right on that peg on the bottom like so. And that way you can have this little guy come down and hold out like that. Okay, and then we need C16. Told you I was going to need him in the long run. Likewise, you could use a little bit of a de-scruff right there. All right, and then this is going to get overly confusing in this next part, I think. Not like bad overly confusing, just it looks like there's multiple things going on. I think the back end is attached to it and that's in the front of it, so I don't know. I should be smart enough to figure it out. But in order to really find out, let's pull out D. These nuts. Okay, anyways. The yellow feels kind of thin and it worries me. Knowing full well that it's probably perfectly fine, but you know, I have a tendency of manhandling things unintentionally, so there, get that little scrubber off. Get this little scrubber up here off. I just did a bad job of cutting that one. Okay. So we got this guy here. And then helps if put it up right. So that little ledge there goes like that. But that's going to go in the arm right there. And then, oh, I'm doing some finger gymnastics now, man. Oof. Like I was saying, that goes there. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more of a solid push that time. You do not look like you're going to want to line up that spot, but it probably will in the long run. Yeah, there we go. And then we can still squeak that little dude down if we want to. Top guy can't go because he's hooked on the inside too. But there we go. Now he's got his little shoulder pad. And it's got plenty of swivel and stuff. Lots of different flexibility. Let's just launch that right off of the desk. All right, we need an F1 and an F6, or an F2 and an F8. Depending on which pose we would like to do. Because, as you can kind of see, he's got his big old Dober gun on this side. So if we want him to be doing like Dober gunny things, he should probably have the closed fist. But if we want him to be striking a spectacular pose, actually it's kind of funny that it even has that hand for that side, because every single picture shows him with his closed hand. But I guess we'll also just do the closed hand on that side, because why not, right? I mean, I guess we want to do like a fancy ha pose where he's stabbing somebody with the other hand or something. But I mean, also, we can just snap both of them together now anyways. And the only problem is we got to make sure we don't lose the other one. That's all. So F8 and F2. 8. And 2. So F8 and F2. And it's pretty clear how that's going to go on there. Just got to get my hands to actually do it is all. There we go. That's F8. Wow, that really didn't do as good a job snipping on those as I would have thought. Kind of looks horrible right there. I mean, nothing a couple of scrubs won't fix. Although I feel like that's an overly aggressive situational swap, but oh my goodness, you really take a little bit of oomph to get pushed in there, don't you? For now, we're gonna just hold off. Oh my. Oh, I'm just gonna fix this thing. Got one of those icy hot cloth deals where it's like the big icy hot slap on pad. Very nice. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna do the one hand for now so we don't lose the other one unnecessarily. But we now need the G117, which is going to be that guy there. Got a little channel for him to escape some. Yeah, that one definitely wasn't a really great snip. Now, I assume that we need to snip off the dongle here. But also, it's like I'm looking at it and like, oh god, it's real worrisome that, because it doesn't show it in the picture. If it doesn't show it in the picture, then it probably doesn't need one, right? Yeah, it says to snip that nub. Okay. Just looked like such a detailed nub for something that's getting snipped off. Alright, and then this guy goes in there, except for flipped over. Well, I guess I really shouldn't have. I thought I was going to cheat the system. It sure showed me, though. There. Nice and smooth and locks all that together. One arm. And this is how our arm moves. Yep, we know. Now for the left arm. We start by visiting our last thing on the B runner. Hell yeah, progress the mundo. Potato chip. So as is usual, I'd be thinking ahead a little bit, right? I've been thinking about next year and the stuff that I could be doing for next year. I'm wondering if I should have like a year of Resident Evil. Because on the one hand, I've already played like a crap ton of them on stream already. Rotate 90. So it's like, it's not like I don't already have precedence for it. There we go. Those two little built-in joints are there. Ugh. There's that little guy popped out of there. And we get to do E2. So, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I will or not, though. It is one of those things where I do have a lot of them done on stream already. I mean, we played 5 on stream with Cousin Ban. We played 6 on stream with Cousin Ban. I played 4 myself, but that was before they did the PC one, so haven't done that one. Technically could replay that on stream, I suppose. Pretty sure we did 3 on stream. I know I did it on the PC, but I'm assuming I did it on stream. I'm pretty sure I did 2 already on stream. I know I have 0 for the PC, but I don't remember if I did that one on stream or not. So, I mean, really, 6... Or, no. Could do 7, could do 8, could do 9. Those are all newer ones I haven't played. Could go get the redo of the first game and do that, because I haven't done that one at all. Like, I've done the first game. I played the original one back on, like, PlayStation, but I never played the remake of it. And, I mean, heck, the coin for the year would be super easy. All I'd have to do is just the Umbrella Cross. Or stores! Maybe it'd give me an excuse to go out and buy some wood grips for my Beretta. Do some range vids. See how quick it would be till I got fucking canceled off of YouTube for actually enjoying having a gun. Because people are so sensitive. Does remind me, I need to go and renew my membership to the gun club. And then I gotta be able to afford ammo again so I can go and get some more training in. Training! Something that I really need, because I suck at shooting handguns indeed. I'm just very, very bad. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there is probably worse than me. I'm not like the worst person in existence or something, I bet, but I ain't good either, for sure. All right, do we have our, yep, our notches face front. Oh, no, I did have that on right. Just like that. And then we need E21, little plate guy. I'll be honest though, I imagine probably the Resident Evil series is one of the reasons why I like the Beretta 92 so much. The 92, the 9s in general. Oh. Get your little undergate clip before. Had me some good fun with the Resident Evil series. More so the games than the movies. I mean, the movies can be fun from a movie standpoint, but it's almost like the live action ones are almost insulting from an adaptation standpoint. Which, I mean, you know, by all means, don't get me wrong. You got to do something different. If all you're doing is the exact same thing that you've already seen, what's the point, right? But at the same time, part of, I think, the fandom joy of seeing something that they love getting turned into a movie, like, for example, Lord of the Rings, is that it brings it to a wider audience, so all of a sudden more people can enjoy the thing that they've already enjoyed. So having it be too similar to its source isn't really too much of a problem for most of them, because they're not going, oh man, I've already seen all this. They're going, ho ho, now my friend who's never played any of these things because they're chicken shit, now they get the idea, now they'll get all my references, this is great. But who knows? Maybe I'm off base with that thought. I could be very off base with that thought, really. I have frequently been pretty out there with my thoughts before. Probably all them farm fumes growing up, you know? You can only unintentionally huff so much cow shit before it goes to your brain, children. Moo. That one spot right down there leaves nuts. Did it on both of them. Right there, that little spot. It just doesn't want to clip nicely. I think it's because of the angle, because it's kind of like on the underside of it. There. Like new, made it disappear. Alright. And then you are that side, I believe, and you are this side, I believe. I mean, really, there's the one way it's going to go and fit in the back and connect right, so we don't have to worry too much. This one has like a little bit of a kind of like Chinese garden vibe to it. this song. Kind of like it. Alright, what do we need? We need our F again. Gotta get our balls together. 13. I know we need the 7. Ooh. Snippers almost went way too far in on that one. That would have been a big whoopsies. And we also need a G2. G2 right here. 18, that's what we want. Okay, let's see here. They have it so that this stuff is in the front. But we're actually gonna put it into this one this time. Which is interesting, because last time we did it to the one with the holes. This time they have us doing it to the one with the pegs. But that's how they want it, so that's how they'll get it. How about Fishy Boy? Fishy Boy is sloped like that. Fishy! Ball assemble. Yep, see what I would love is I would love if I was talking to my buddy Mim about this the other night. I would love it if somebody took this general idea, simplified it some, mind you, because you would kind of have to for what I'm thinking, just constraint wise of like the sizes of things and stuff like that. But do this kind of stuff with the joints, with the locking in, with that like customizability of the fact that the joints with the poly caps or whatever all kind of fit together, and shrink it down to like a miniature war game size. So instead of like having arms that you either have to drill out and magnetize, you would just boom, done. Swap out the gun, just pull it out of the peg. It'd be like advanced Legos, you know? I would love to see that. And maybe someday I'll even try it. Well, I wouldn't hold your breath because my skills with 3D aren't very great, so I'm great at coming up with ideas, not necessarily actually figuring out how to make them happen. But I do have a couple ideas I really need to work on at some point. And I'm pretty sure I'm capable of doing them. I just have to get myself moving, you know? Motivating myself. It's gotta come from somewhere, and that somewhere is within. It's like a kung fu movie. Nope, I just noticed the little Zex marquee over there. Bet you he'd be easy to paint. Just tap him with a paintbrush like 3 times and he'd be done. Okay, so we got those parts. We also need our F's-Ben. F's again. F's again. Where did I put the F's? I put the F's behind the A's. That's not how the alphabet works, Ken. 36 and 37. There they are. 36. $37. Set you over there for now. It's showing all this from the other direction, but we're going to do it from this direction because that way I can see what I'm doing. Haha. Alright, then we need our D. Our big yellow D. There he is. Snip, snip. Oh, I'm going to snip that one way up there. Because then I can actually get in here to snip this thing at a decent angle. Didn't really improve the cut that much. I'll just give it a little bit of a shine down here. Okay. So then we have to get this guy there. And then this guy comes back up. And he goes in there. Kind of holds that in place. This one comes around over here. And really just completes the room. And now we need that little, what were you, G27? G217, that's what it is. G217, there he is. I'm trying to remember to hold this further forward. I can also probably just turn off the printer cam for now. I mean, I could also just go and deal with it, but at some point food's going to arrive and I'll probably just go and eat then. So I figure I'll just do this as much as I can get through right now. Oh. You see it trying to run away right there? I caught it though. It couldn't escape me. Now I gotta get you a hand. Which hands do you recommend? An F5 or F7? We'll do F7. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to give him an F5. We're going to give him the hand. The hand. The see the hand. Jazz hand it. F5. Everybody deserves a good jazz hand at some point. And with that, we need the F1 back plate. And we still haven't decided what colors we wanted to paint this guy, have we? Do you think I should paint it and then be like, here it is as a donation thing? Or do you think I should like, here's the thing, what color option do you want? Like if the person's like, oh, I'm gonna take that incentive, and they pick that donation incentive, then they go through and they're like, well, I would prefer red and gold or something like that. I mean, red and gold looks good, blue and gold looks good. There's a lot of colors. Well, then, like, I don't know, because on the one hand, like, I know what colors I think would look good, and if nobody actually nabs it as a donation thing, then, like, you know, it would just end up sitting around my house the entire time. So it would basically be mine until somebody picks that incentive. Oh. Okay, food is here. I need to get this plugged into there so I don't lose this hand. And then we're going to try, hopefully successfully, to scooch this entire table out of the way without any incidents. I love it when it works. All right, folks, I will be back momentarily. Okay, now I get to try to come back in without making a big mess, without knocking anything over. We're trying to be careful here. I don't want to break nothing and make a mess. Whew. I'll tell you what. I forgot. I ordered a strawberry tea there. That was a bit of a surprise when I sucked some of that down. I was like, ooh, there's some flavor in there. Oh, yeah. Oh. Whew. Gonna eat some food here quick before we get back to our freshly scheduled building, because I'm such a professional, you know. Well, it does look like they got us doing the head next. I don't know if it's a great idea to put that together. And I don't feel like it's going to come apart easy afterwards, and there's a lot of painting to do there. Although, I guess with that being said, the head is all one color, so it could just be taped off and painted. You know, let's go get our 3D print while I'm eating food, huh? Why not, right? Multitasking. So this right here is what I printed, right? And I think I would have to make it a little bit bigger, but what it is, that would pull up, and then you would have the weapons in there. So like theoretically, it could be nice to have something that would kind of help them not just jingle jangle around in there. A little divider could probably do that. If it was a little bit taller, at least with these arms, if it was a little bit taller, I could put those in vertically, have a little divider in the center, and then still do it. But the side to side does work. It is a little bit of a snuggish fit for the melt-a-gun. And of course, for other weapons, I'd have to have it way bigger anyways for like the big guy. But then I could stash the weapons in the container without having to worry about everything flying all over the place, because I could take those and attach them to the walls or something. That was my thoughts with it anyways. And we'll keep snacking on them french fries, but let's stash our burger up there for now. Just trying to get this back over, hopefully without any incidents. No X's. Haha. Perfect. So we need E. $21 with this sticker and $24. It wants the sticker labeled 3. It's just a big gold piece. We can probably manage this. Where's the little tweezers at? It definitely weighs. Very easy to just paint that gold. We might still do that, but you can also most likely just paint over the sticker as well. So this way it's on there if it ends up being like super hard to see later on. I know some of those parts were like super nugged in there. Oh, there's also an undergate on this. Is it that guy? Gotta be that guy. Yeah, if it didn't call out that undergate, I would have never suspected that thing of being an undergate. That looks like it's supposed to be there. He's slipping. Just about to say, I don't really like how well that went in there, because it didn't really go in there that well. But I don't know if I'll be able to... There we go. Got the one side to pop out of there. So undergate is really causing problems at the moment. Even though we snipped it off, it's a little remnant is getting in the way. There. There, that ought to do it, I think. That's better. That's a better fit. French fry reward. Ah, E122. The Yapper. And we need H1. I have an H? Oh, is it like the clear one? It is. H for hadn't seen it. Man, we're putting a sticker on one? What are we putting on as a sticker? The eyeballs. So this guy is H1. On the bottom of him, right there, is that. Oh! Now I know it wants the sticker there. And I know I may perhaps regret this later, but you can kind of see right there's some clear piece. I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave it clear and not put the sticker on there. Because what we'll end up doing is, if more than likely, like, you know, we're going to paint this thing. Because that's the entire point. And when we paint it, that's going to be a good spot for the energy eye color to be. And although the gold will probably be able to paint over easy enough because it's a big square, that's a little tiny spot and it's a blue stick. Oh goodness, sorry. The blue sticker. So I think I'm going to leave that clear, and that way we can come back to it and paint it whatever color we feel like matches the rest of our stuff. I now need E120. Top of noggin. And A11. Okay. You tiny little fellow. Go right in there. Boop. And then we put your little head plate with the big notch to the back. And you go right there. Just like that. Then we need A26. It's our gray Mohawk. We'll also need our red Mohawk. And that'll be that runner. So we take our little head, and the big square goes to the back like so. Boop, Mohawk. And we take our other guy, then he goes on there. Like that, I assume. Oops, I shoved his little mouth off. There we go, his mouth's back on. Mouth has returned on. Blah 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 blah. Turn it off! Turn it off! Okay, so then we take this guy, and we need D1, 6, and 7. Okay, come on. You're sliding down where I don't want you to slide down. It's making this way harder on me thing. Alright, D1, 6, and 7. Here's 7. Look at me actually being on the camera with my snips. All right, 6. Are we facing this way? I think we're facing this way, which means 6 would be on this side, and 7 would be on this side. And it fit like that, so I guess that's fine. And then this guy, it seems so bizarre that we took the time to put that gold sticker on there just to come in this step and do that. Where's that gold sticker now? What was the point of that gold sticker? I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's to emulate like the Leo monitor or something behind it, but come on, man. Okay. And then I can unleash you from your gator clip prison for a moment so that we can give you a head. And we can give you an arm. And we can give you another arm. Oh, careful there, Ken. There we go. Look at him looking like a right feller. Helps if I actually put him where you can see him, huh? Look at him. So nice. And of course, a lot of it we'll end up having to take apart again so that we can paint him. I mean, it'd probably look good. Like, I almost kind of like how the Trace one was, where it had some color kind of mixed in. It had the blue there, but it had some of the white still. Although I'm not saying he wouldn't look good in two-tone. Like, if we just took all the white and replaced it with a different color, it would still probably look pretty good. But all that's left after that is the backpacks. And after the backpacks, the weapons. Getting closer. Admittedly, I don't think painting the backpacks will be much of an issue. But I do see multiple stickers. And there. And there. So. I also have read that the backpack can be a little bit fiddly. So I think for now, I'm actually going to call it there. That way I can eat my dinner. Because I'm a hungry boy. And we got the main body assembled, which is nice. Makes me feel like I've made some progress here. Yeah. So he's got arms. It's all stuff that we can theoretically take off so that we can paint it. Because it's just twist and pull. Why? Why does he eat food when I'm over here still? So yeah, I mean, we got some stuff going on here. Next time I stream it, I'll probably finish at least the assembly part. Although all depending. I may also take a little adventure off into Zaku land at some point, because I have some Zakus I can put together as well. And those ones I don't think I'm probably going to give away, so might not have to worry about painting those unless I want to paint those. Which case I could paint those, because who can stop me? No one. No one can stop me. Put away our little clampies. Boom. Worked great. Okay, well, I'm going to call the stream right there for now. We made some progress here. We did a little bit of this and a little bit of that. At some point, I'll be around playing some Star Wars games again, because, you know, kind of silly that it's the year of Star Wars, and I've basically not really done anything the entire time. But it's me. We're used to me being slow and putting things off and procrastinating. At least we should be. So we'll get some of that in at some point. And it'll be a good time. Thanks anybody for showing up and joining. Hope you had a good time, whether you're catching it now or later. I know it was kind of short, but nothing says I won't be back later on to do something. It's always a possibility. We'll see how I feel. But for now, I feel hungry. So I got to eat some food. I don't feel like making y'all suffer through me eating food for like 20 minutes, so. Thanks for joining. I'll catch you next time. If you talk. I mean, if you don't talk, I won't. I can see people viewed, and that's pretty much it. So I won't know if you're there. I won't know who. It doesn't even tell me who viewed, so I'll be in the dark. But I still appreciate you guys showing up if you showed up anyways. So you all have a good one. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't catch you again, and I will be back some point. Who knows when? I'm mysterious like that. Let's see if the voice command works, shall we? To Volcane, send them home.